Rolling.
I'm Dinesh D'Souza, and I'm going to tell you what is great and in fact unique about Christianity. Of course, there are a lot of religions in the world, and these days people are likely to ask you, well, how do we know Christianity is true? You can say, well, it says so in the Bible, and we've got a holy book, but of course everybody has a holy book, so how do we know that our holy book trumps their holy book? I'd like to try in a secular way to identify what makes Christianity unique. I'd like to begin with the obvious statement that things are not in the world as they ought to be. I think everyone would agree with that, we live on two levels. This level is the way things are, and then there's a kind of a higher level, the way things ought to be. Perfect beauty, perfect truth, perfect goodness. So all the religions of the world, and philosophies too, are an attempt to, how do we bridge that gap? How do we go from the way things are, the human level down here, to, you might say, the divine level up here? And now, all the religions have a solution to this problem that is quite similar. In fact, certainly if you look at Judaism and Islam, their solution is similar. It is that the way you go from the human level to the divine level is you build a ladder. And you climb that ladder step by step. And the ladder is made up of codes and commandments and rules and regulations and dietary restrictions. And if you follow those rules, you will ascend step by step closer to God. You may never get there, but at least you'll make progress. And maybe at the end of it be able to kind of see the divine picture. Now, Christianity is unique in that it steps back from this problem. It views the chasm between the human level and the divine level, and it declares that this chasm is too big. It's too big to be able to build that ladder. Some people can get on the 7th rung and other people on the 3rd rung, but it's no good. It makes no difference. You can't get high enough. That if the chasm is to be closed, it has to be closed from the other side. In other words, the divine level, God has to descend, or you might say condescend, to the human level. And that's Jesus. Jesus is the emissary, the ambassador from the divine level to the human level. And by embracing Jesus, in a sense, we close that gap. Now notice in outlining this, I have not appealed to revelation or scripture. I've given a kind of almost sociological description of the human problem. How do we go from the way we are to the way we ought to be? And I've outlined the way in which different religions, and I could speak also about the Eastern ones, have contrasting takes on the problem. I don't want to try to prove here that Christianity is true. I'm simply saying the Christian solution is unique. It makes sense to me. Think about it and see if it makes sense to you.